Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Renuka and today is the first day of the 100 day challenge for me, and what you are showing here is one of the leftover project, and I will tell you how it started but it didn't end up. So I took a classes for like teenager girls, and then I taught them how to draw in the watercolors, and we do different kind of stuff. So you can see that I started few of the stuff with them, and then we just focus on teaching on them, and I didn't complete mine although they complete there. And these are the little small illustrations with the watercolor I did with them, and then I taught them how to change the blob of colors into the birds. So I have this bird project left over, and then I have few birds with me, and I'm then trying to cut them with my new machine, like Brothers Canon cut, and few of them got really nice like this one, but other didn't come out well, and I still need to work on them, and basically I need to finish the project. So this is the little bit story behind the project. Now I will show you how I start this project and how you can do your own project. So I made this kind of accordion kind of book, and I will post that video also, that how I create this book. Basically I just stick two pages together here and fold them, and then I do the watercolor wash, and then with the help of this brushes I create these leaves kind of theme on them, on the both the side I want to create. So one side I did and one side I didn't do yet. Other thing I do beforehand when I start this project is I just write on the internet ChatGPT the beautiful quotes about the birds, and I got little bit beautiful quotes, and written by whom also, like bird doesn't sing because it has an answer, it is sing because it has a song, like Maya Angelou. So these are few thoughts I got on the boards, and I'm planning to put them so I can do my practice of the lettering also. So that is the different story. So I did that beforehand. But if you don't have and you are starting with a new project, what will I suggest? Just choose the Canson Excel paper or any watercolor paper you have, and then these blob of birds, and you can start from there. Or if you don't want to do these kind of accordion book, you can use any book. So I recently made these handmade books. They are also like awesome to make. I use the Coptic binding, and then I use this beautiful Indian handmade sheet, and I made these. So you can have these kind of books, and we made this book before on my channel. You can see, you can draw your birds, one bird here, so that is another option. You can buy these kind of books from Amazon, and I really like this leather finish of it. And you watch this book beforehand with me, so it has had that deckled age and vintage vibe on it, and the paper is like very different. So I don't know how watercolor will react on this paper, but you can use this also. And this is a little bit rough paper, so I tried to draw some of like motifs on them, and it didn't come out well. We made this also together. This is the one of the hero art kits came, and this paper is nice, and this is very smooth. So that is another option. Or you can just take any kind of different kind of papers like this, stack them together and bind them in any binding method, and you will get the stuff done. So basic idea here is, when I start my project, my basic idea was I'm gonna put some of these birds here. Oh sorry, my hair. Some of the birds something like here, and then I can write in my handwriting about the bird, or I can go and write the quote behind it, something like that. So I did a fish book before that. I didn't, I think, share that with anyone. I'm planning to make a class out of that, but that is the another book I made before that, and this is for the teaching purpose I did it. So when I did some of them, I have the footage how I did this one, and some of don't. So I can show you how you can create these leaves on the back side, so you will get an idea and you can start your new project. Or you can just get inspired with me, and we can chat together, and we will have, I'm completing my project and you can complete your project while doing this chit chat, and that will also a good option if you think so. So for this you can use the different brushes, will give you a different kind of effect. Mostly I use this silver brush, but particularly for the leaves, I love to use the, where is that brush? I can't find it. Mostly I use the dagger brush for that. I'll show you few with these brushes. You can use this kind of mop brush for creating this wash. If you didn't saw how to create a wash, you can saw that on my channel in the watercolor details. So I want to show you few brushes here. So these are normal round brushes. You can use anything you have. I mostly use this silver black velvet brush. They hold the water nicely, as well as they give the nice strokes. Then there is another one. This is a small flat brush from the Cameline. You can use these kind of brushes for the bigger strokes. We will not use this one. And these are the two dagger brushes I have, and this one is from Princeton, and this one also is from Princeton. So this one is Velvet Touch 1/4 inch, and this one is also a dagger brush. It's also the 1/4, but you can see the difference between both of them. I'll show you. You can see the bristles, the difference between both of them. Both the brushes are 1/4 inch, but they have kind of different bristles here. So people use sword brushes also for this kind of stuff. So let's jump into the first. We want to create the leaves here. Okay, so I have 2 water cups here, and then we will start the back side. So I will go from this side, so rest of it can, okay, so rest of it can just hang. Or if you're a little bit, think that they wanna move or something like that, you can put the tape. I will not put the tape here. I'm pretty happy. You can put washi tapes also. So on this side, these leaves are there, which is kind of two-tone leaf with a green and blue color. I'm using Vincent watercolor Cotman series. These are student grade. You can use if whatever you have. I already put a little bit of water everywhere to just activate the color. Now if you see, now in my brush we already had that blue color. So if I do the strokes right now, it will have only the blue color on the strokes. Now I'm gonna add another color. Maybe I'll add this dark green color on the tip, and don't worry, you will not contaminate your watercolor. Now you have that. Now for particularly these kind of strokes, now we'll decide. On this side there is, so we can create here, and I'm planning to create a big tall tree. If you're not confident, you can make a pencil line or something like that. I will do directly. Now I'm holding my brush. Closer the brush, finer the detail. Losing your grip, you're going tip to here. Further the brush tip with your hand, you will get the loose effect, and it's totally depend how much control you have. So I used to put my whole brush in my 3 fingers just like that. Then I'm using the topmost portion, this tip. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom little bit. I will use this topmost portion to draw the leaf, and then I'm just picking that brush up. So my brush, you can see it's already loaded too much. So I have too much color in my brush. Here the water contained of the brush and how much pigment you have also matter. Now you can see you will get the small greenish effect on this side. So if you want to increase your green, you can add more green. And then so maybe you will feel that one hand you will get nice strokes, and on other hand you will not get that nice strokes. So just little bit move your position. I'm just tilting my chair on other side, and then again I'll do the small stroke here, cause I thought that should get, no, here you can see I have that leaf too much, so I'm gonna remove little bit paper also on this side, and then I'll do this. And don't worry, if you didn't get a proper full intentions, you can just rectify them like this I am doing here. And then again closer to the if you're getting closer to the bottom, you can draw more bigger leaves also. Here I will just add, you can overlap your leaves also. So I just create another one here, the another stem, and make those leaves, and then I'm just adding more on this side, and I'm quite happy with them. Now you can add few on this sides if you want. I'm gonna stick to this much, and now you can see. So this is our Dagger Princeton's mini detailer brush. Now I'm gonna put that aside, and I'll show you how this brush work, and let's choose the other colors. So this time maybe we'll choose this orange and red, or orange, and you can choose this color also. So I'm just loading my brush fully with this orange color first. Okay, I'll just increase. So I'm loading my brush with this orange color, and this is 1/4 inch Dagger striper Princeton brush, velvet touch. Okay, and then I can just pick one color. So I'll choose to pick, okay, this pinkish colors. I think it's a rose red, and then I'll do the same thing. Now I want something different on this side, so maybe I create some kind of downwards like this, whether I do it with the circular brush, and I'll show you that technique also. But for now we can draw. I'm just using my tip, and then on the same tip I'm just taking that brush note there. So you can see these strokes are more sharper, and here I didn't get a proper stroke. These strokes are more sharper than the previous one, and more thinner because the width of the brush is little bit thin. Okay, and don't worry, you will not contaminate the thing. You can just put the water and you can wipe off the color. Now here I'm just mixing that color, and maybe I'll make little bit smaller drop down leaf branch, right? Something like that. And here I want a longer one. Now it's totally depend how much you load your brush. It will get eventually with the practice, and I will show you next. I know everybody don't have these kind of brush, these are the special brushes, but I will show you on the next page with the, I'm gonna wash this brush with the round brush. Okay, so we saw these true brushes. Now we'll do the with one round brush. So I have now 0.2 round brush. Let's create something in yellow. So if I do directly in the yellow, I'm just moving this little bit that side. Okay, so if I want to do something in which should we do? Okay, we can do one of these. You can do the same technique with the acrylics one also. You can load the brush in the two colors, and then I'm using the orange here, and then you can do that. So here I will show you one more technique, how to add more color in this. So I did that, then I washed my brush. Mostly I didn't wash my brush, I don't want to waste the pigment. Then I grabbed the green color, and then I'm just barely touching that green color to the leaves. So you have to do this very fast so that that green color got, you know, little bit there. And then rather than washing the green color, I'm just dipping my brush in the yellow, and then again I'm making these kind of small blobs, and I'm just adding these leaves. So these are again a different type of leaves if you want to add, and I'm gonna add few more here, just like that. Sometimes whatever left in your brush, you can use those pigments. So this is round brush. Now if you want to make the bigger one like this, you can do the same techniques, or this downwards, you can do the same techniques. These I use the two color techniques here. and purple and blue. And here I use the little bit longer stroke than with the dagger one, like this one, same but little bit longer. So now on this red one, let's create something on red, and let's choose another brush. So I have this 6 number brush. Now I'm not saying that you should buy all this brush. You can try what brush you have, and this is the real-time process I'm showing, so you can create your own stuff, right? So I'm just adding a little bit more water, this permanent rose color. I really like this one. And then I will add this violet color. I'm going to link all of it. You can see on my blog more details with the supplies. Now here, if I want to create a really close leaf, and so we will do that. And I'm not putting my brush fully. I'm just, making the small lines, and the pigment will do the work. If I want to add different color, I can add more different colors in that. Again, you have to, if you want to overlap the things, or if you want to draw one on another, so choose first layer very light, and then you can add second layer on them dark. Okay, I think I'll draw one longer on this side. I'll choose different color this times. You can do these techniques to draw the florals, like you can draw these are the leaves, but you can do the same technique for the florals and corals, under the sea situation kind of stuff. You can go there also. So I'm just moving and just doing this other way around, because my paper is folded before, so it is. So now you can see, and the unevenness is a beauty of the whatever you are doing. Don't feel that if it's uneven it's not good. Now here you can see I got this yellow swab, and I can just put my finger and mix that here. So that is the beauty of watercolor. You can do this with the acrylic, you can put the layer on it, but in watercolors you can do that. Now for this one here, let's create something else, and I'm gonna put, we will choose some. Okay, so let me see what I have. You can create something. We never use this fan brush. You can use with this fan brush also, but it is too big for this one. I need the smaller one. I don't have. So let's create something with this detail brush. Okay, so for this one I'm gonna choose, I think we didn't choose this blue yet. Okay, so we will use this blue. I'm just putting this blobs kind of stuff, and I'm just adding that more and more when I go up. Then I'll choose another brush, and I will use the other color. I'm using now round brush. And then I'm just adding a little bit in those blobs in between. Okay, so I'm not particular about the thing here that what it should look or something like that. And then I will add the lines here, the one line, and little bit here and there, and more lines, and little here. So after drying this, I will show you how to, again, no on green, I'm giving the blue one, and then we will add the white dots on it, and that will give you an idea what I'm trying to say. And on the top I'm just gonna push the things. Here I want one small, I think that is enough. Without doing the brush, I'm just putting this stuff. Okay, let it dry, and then we'll decide what to do on that. Now for this one, we can do the longer leaf stuff. I mostly activate, you can use the water dropper also. I mostly use this so thing. Okay, let's use this sap green with, and don't, like, sometimes I choose the weird combinations. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but I really don't mind. I love to, create stuff that way. So here now I want something on this side, something like this. So I'm gonna put first line, then I want the longer strokes like this kind of fawn leaf kind of strokes I'm getting there. Sometimes I mix 2 colors, sometimes I mix 3 colors. It's totally depend my mood. And I'll go a little bit shorter when it reaches on that side, and then on this side also we're gonna do the same strokes. I just want to show you this in the real time so that you can observe the strokes, and if you want you can do with me, or you can re-watch and master not on your the final project but other project. Now you can see how beautifully it came out. I can add one more on this side. Let's take another sap green, and this might be become a little bit shorter. Now here you can see my things are getting overlapped. So when it's overlapped, it's better to be dried, otherwise you will not get the exact leaf shape. So be aware of that. And then I'm quite happy how it turned out. This I just want to mix a little bit. Okay, so now we did this. For particularly this one, it should dry, so I'm gonna put this aside for drying, and let's work on the bird. So how I create this bird, it's pretty simple. I'll show you. I just add the blobs. Let's create the new one here on the same scrap of paper, the small bird. So I just create this kind of blob, then add few other colors to them, like particularly this one. Then I use the different kind of strokes there, and then you can draw legs if you want, or you can just put them aside, and then just let it dry for a few times, and then you can add more details or you can add more colors to them. And then after drying, this is the blob technique and everything. If I have video, I will definitely share those things with me, you. And then I'm gonna put these brushes here, just wash them nicely. Remember, you can't put your brush inside the water so that they're gonna turn, especially for these ones. I wash them and put it aside. Now you can see for this one particularly, I draw the nose and these eyes with the marker pens, like micron pens, and I fuzzy cut them out. For the same strokes, we created the 2 color leaves. I just overlap these, and then I'll show you how to draw eyes on this one. I already draw. So white is the, like, you can use the Posca pen for the white, or you can use the other pens. So these are done. This is done. I'll show you on these two how you can do. And for fuzzy cutting, I'll show you how to fuzzy cut on this one. First, for the bigger thing, choose the bigger scissors and just cut it out them in a part. I have this white Posca pen, as well as I have these few black color pens. You can use micron pens, you can use whatever you have. You can use paintbrush also, I'll show that also. So let's create a one detail with this one. So for particularly this one, I can make eye first, and then Posca pen took a time to dry, so I'm gonna put these white dots to pop the eye and let it be there for drying. And meanwhile, we can create other details, like we can create the beak here, You can add more. Now you don't have to stick with the only black and white pen. You can add a different fun to them by adding gel pens. And I'll show you one more pen. So for this one I want the big eye, so I'll just go with the Posca pen and make a really nice big eye with it. And then this is 0.0 micron pen, and I add the, so I try to make these with the, I try to cut them with the machine, but some of them cut very well, like these one, but some of them didn't cut with the brother scan and cut. So I think I should draw first line and then cut them. But particularly for this one, I have that idea that I will not draw the black line out, and we're gonna put, now you can see that white Posca pen, you have to add 2 times to get that thing. Or you can use the acrylic pen also for this one, and acrylic color also. If you don't have the particularly these kind of pens with you, that will also work. Now you can see here I'm gonna draw the outline, but it is kind of mixing in that color. That white is not prominent, so what will I do? I'm gonna add more white. So I'll get just another layer and give it a time for drying. Right, I can add here also. Other pen I want to show you is these moonlight pens. So I have bunch of them. I'm gonna put it aside. So I have bunch of them. These pens having that kind of, they have that 3D kind of pop in them. We will use these golden pens also to decorate them. These are also kind of pop in them. So you can use Uniball white Signo pens or Jelly Roll white Signo pens. But particularly these pens, the glaze pens, Sucra glaze pens, they have that kind of pop in them. So if you use them, that are gonna pop little bit really nicely. So I'll show you one with the black and white. If you don't have these pens, you can use the acrylic markers also. I have few with the Arteza, but you can use any brand. Like this brand is also good. I bought these. I don't know they have the smaller version of these also not. And Posca pens are the best ones. You can use them and you can decorate them with the Posca pens also. Mostly I put all my pens like this in the candy, and then I'll show you how to decorate each of them. Now again, I want to more pop. You can add, if your pen is not working, you can just use the back side of the pen and you can then add. Now it's time to give the character to them, right? So it's totally a personal thing how you can give the character. I want to show you that how this glaze pen works. So, oh, it's not dried yet, I think. Let it dry first. If it's dried, I can use on this. So this is a really kind of give that pop to the eye. They have kind of 3D effect in these glaze pens. So mostly I use for the eyes. You can just clean them. So for one, I will show you how to fuzzy cut. We cut it in big thing. Now for the small thing, I go just first around it, just to remove the extra paper, and then I move my scissors and papers. Like sometimes people move only the paper and scissors. It's totally depend how you are comfortable with. I'm right-handed, maybe left-handed, having different kind of thing. You can use tim holes, scissors. You need a really nice scissors for this. I have this Cuttlebee scissors and I have this for a long time and I'm pretty happy with it. And then I'm just gonna snap it off extra. You can put the white border all around it if you want. If you don't like the white border all around it, you can just go pretty close like this. because whatever you are making out of blobs. You are just putting the blobs and seeing. Like here I put the blob and then I put two blue blobs there. So for those blobs I'm kind of imagining that I'm going to make the big blue eyes. Something like that. Okay. You can make a little bit whimsical also if you want. So basic idea is we will create all these birds, the funny birds, and after drying those, I hope it's dried. It didn't dried yet actually. So you have to work back and forth with the eyes and the stuff like that, and then I can add these small white kind of dots. I'm adding them very randomly, okay? So here not like particular thing we are doing, and here they're still not dried, so maybe I add few of them afterwards. Again I clean the pan and put it down. So I can't stick right now, but I'll show you. Like if I want to put this bird here, I can put, and then I can cut down the strips and directly put there like a journaling page, or I can write also. So it's totally depend how you want to do, and I'll show you that, although it's not dried yet. And after putting that, you can add the golden details or something like that to them. So here I'm just making a pretty thin strips. I just print out them, nothing fancy. You can add other strips also, like you will get the stickers of the code nowadays. So I have this thin nice strip and the wordings, and now is the fun part. I'll just remove the excess and see, this is my kid. He's always excited and he's doing something with the chess with his father, so that's why that sound is coming. Okay, so now I have to see that from where I have to cut. So first of all I have to fix the, so I want this one, which one I want. I have to fix these together. So okay, if this is my fixed thing, like I want to put this bird, I need to give him little bit of ground where he is standing or where the grass is. So I have to, like here also you didn't see any kind of ground. So for giving him ground, you can use your watercolors again, or you can use directly brushes also. I'll just use little bit of this color, and I'm just putting little bit ground here, not much. It should not be much prominent. That is the fun of the watercolor, that you can match these grounds, so that if someone open that, or you can put that white border all around, whatever is going on. It's totally depend. I don't want too prominent color here, like green or something like that. I want little bit muted color, that's why I choose that color, and then you can put here. So for sticking, you can use the glue. I always have two options which I loved it. One is this art glitter glue or barely glue, or you can use these kind of uho sticks to go with these. Particularly for the watercolor paper, I always suggest go ahead and, so again, I have a time today. I can create. That doesn't mean that you have to create the full thing today itself. I'm just focusing on this book. Maybe it may take 2-3 days to finishing it. It's not working, but maybe it's take 2-3 days for working, and then after a few days I'll complete it, or maybe I'll complete it in one day. It's totally depend. So I need to just remove that clock to work this glue. It never got clogged, like if you put the pin they got inside, but sometimes you forgot to put the pin, and I lost that pin. That happened also with me. So now here I decided, okay, I want this bird here. That is my final position of the bird. So after putting this bird, let it stick nicely. Now I want to add these phrases here, so I'm gonna start from here. So for this one you can use the, I'll go one by one. I will not cut all the strips. You can use here glue sticks also, or you can use this glue, whatever you prefer, and I'll start from here. Now next, where to cut. So it's totally depend how much space you have and then how it gonna look all together. So I'm gonna put an here. I'll show you how to use this stick also. This is a really nice stick. You can easily use, like you can put this and just, you know, go on other side and it will give a very nice glue here. You can put them, you don't have to put them very straight, you can put them a little bit wonky also if you want. And then I want little bit more visual thing going on, so I'm gonna put only 3 to 4 small words here, something like that. And I'll again see that I can put all of this together. Yes, I can put. So don't be afraid that if it goes wonky or something. And this is a very fun project. If you didn't start, you can start. I'm gonna post that video also, because I didn't make still the video post for that, so it will be also a part of my 100-day leftover challenge. And now here's the thing, you can add with the colors to, you know, get that line more, or you can use your solubles, china markers, whatever you want. We can add, let's see, we can add this color to pop the things out. And then I can do with the brush, I can just take a little bit water, excess water I'm gonna trip down, and then I just, you know, put in that color more. As this is the water soluble color, it will give that kind of, you know, finishing stuff like that. And this way we complete the one page. And we can do the rest of it. I choose the birds. You can choose anything. You can choose small pretty houses like this one. For this one we choose, oops, sorry. So for this one we choose this pretty houses, and we are planning to fold like this. So I will show you on this. Still wet and getting. So for this one, this is the big paper, and I do these kind of wash on them, and then I stamp these images. So if you don't want to draw something, you can stamp also, and then I fold them in a half. So what I did for that bird project, I just put the same paper here to make a big one, then I fold it like this, okay, and then I can fold it again on this way. And on the back side also you can write or draw something, or you can make this kind of stuff and put just like that, or you can make cut and make a small booklet out of it. Or other thing you can do is you can just, you know, put a tape around it. I'll show you. You can put the tape around it, and if you have the houses, you can just cut the with your any kind of cutting tool like this here, and you can put the candle inside, and that will, you can create lantern kind of thing here, and that will also the fun. So I'm just giving you other idea, and I think for today maybe I'll do like this one, and I'll go finish these the next day. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye, take care, and let me know what you're doing in your unfinished projects. Are you coming with me on this journey? And if you want to create this newly, totally fine, you can create this newly also. There is nothing wrong and right in that. And I'll post the video how I create these uh, because I need to edit that video, and maybe it's also the part of the 100 days leftover projects completing. Okay, so have a crafty life. Bye bye, take care.